We handle billions of interactions a year. Well, we like to think of Genesys as a customer experience orchestration engine. So that is all of your incoming, outgoing SMS, emails, and chat and social messaging all come through Genesys, and we orchestrate those journeys for your customers, your claimants, and your prospects. Our product is Genesys Cloud. It's a modern cloud platform. It's secure and reliable and feature-rich. Our growth with this product has been growing tremendously since the introduction of this product in 2017, both from the number of agents on the left-hand side to the number of customers on the right-hand side. We do new deployments, 250 new customers every quarter, and we have great future velocity with our product. Like I said previously, we're global. We operate in AWS. We run in 13 AWS regions across the globe. We support 20 languages for speech recognition and text-to-speech. And we've got the attestations, from PCI to GDPR and everything in between. We're also recognized by the analysts. We're at the top right of the Gartner Magic Quadrant for CCaaS. And you can see on the critical capabilities use cases, Genesys is at the top of 3 of the 5, and then we're number 2 on the other ones. So we have the credibility from the analysts as well. Now, why is Genesys here today? Approximately 70% of our insurance customers that run on Genesys also use Guidewire. So it's a very good fit for us to be here and for us to join the partner network to bring value to Genesys customers who also use Guidewire. I'm gonna show a short little vision clip now. It kind of shows some of the things we do with Genesys.
Implementation of company-wide CX and AI adoption has become a prevalent trend within the insurance industry. There are many challenges facing the insurance sector today, including technology-led disruption, the rise of customer self-service, and an increase in demand for value-added communications. To transform, the insurance industry needs to take a comprehensive approach to transforming the claims journey, with the use of digital channels to reduce customer effort, intelligent routing to agents, and by providing preventative and proactive services and communications. And in doing so, they can remove costs. To stay competitive, the insurance industry must evolve in order to meet the demands of digitally savvy customers. At Genesys, we help insurers create customer experiences rooted in empathy that build trust with their customers and earn their loyalty. Genesys is constantly innovating and finding new ways to utilize technology that improves experiences and makes your customers feel remembered, heard, and understood. Genesys is uniquely positioned to help insurers by providing an all-in-one solution that gives your customers exactly the experience they want every time. Whether that's provided by AI-enabled self-service like bots, or live assistance provided by an agent who has full context of their customer journey at that moment. So, let's explore a personalized customer experience powered by Genesys. Let's meet Jane. Jane is a motor policy customer with pay-as-you-go insurance and has an IoT telematics device installed. The telematics device registers that her car has been involved in a possible collision. Using this prompt, a message is sent to Jane using SMS or WhatsApp. Based on her preferences, she receives it via WhatsApp. The focus of the message is to offer support, ensuring everything is okay. If not, the emergency services can be called to the scene of the incident using GPS location data. If no one is injured, the chatbot asks if Jane requires a tow truck. She does, and so a tow truck service has been called and is being sent to the scene. Behind the scenes, a claim has automatically been opened in Guidewire Claim Center, and the telematics data saved with it. As Jane waits for the tow truck, she knows that should there be a change to the estimated arrival time, she will be proactively notified via WhatsApp. As integrations with recovery and repair services and access to a knowledge base ensures that customers, chatbots, and agents have timely and correct information at hand. Furthermore, if Jane agrees, the chatbot can continue to gather data about the incident and continue the claims process. If not, Jane will be given the opportunity to do this later and schedule an outbound call through the voice chat. Jane chooses to continue the claims process and agrees to send some photos of the damage through WhatsApp. The photos are attached to the claim in Claim Center and matched against the telematics data to assess the validity of the claim and look for potential fraud. The photos are then sent to the third-party AI auto repairs pricing service. The results of the pricing and damage report from the AI auto repair service will be sent after storing the claim file and the reserves set. So, by the time the auto repair truck arrives, the claim is well on its way to being approved, and Jane feels confident that she will soon be back on the road. With an all-in-one solution from Genesys, insurers can create personalized customer experiences by predicting the next best action. This means lower customer effort, reduced processing times and costs, and a reduced number and severity of complaints through proactive and preventative actions. Let Genesys help you provide a true service differentiator with personalized experiences for your customers. That's the power of empathy. That's the power of Genesys.
So in that vision clip that we just showed, it wasn't just about Guidewire, but some of the other things that you can do within Genesys. So if you're an existing Genesys customer, we have AI built in throughout our product, right? You saw predictive engagement. That is where we are actually monitoring website traffic and trying to determine if that customer or prospect is moving towards a predefined desired outcome. And in the event that customer strays away from reaching that outcome, you can actually proactively either give them a content offer or offer for them to chat with an agent. It's a great use case if you're trying to get somebody to make a payment, file a claim online, or complete a quote online, or even bind a policy online. At the right time, you can offer a chat to your customer or prospect. We showed chatbots and voice bots. That's built-in functionality within Genesys. Predictive routing and other advanced routing capabilities are available on our platform to make sure that we route the interaction, regardless if it's a voice, SMS, chat, or social, to the correct agent or adjuster who's either able to make a sale or work on the claim. And then Agent Assist is our knowledge surfacing to help agents from a training perspective. You can bring new agents onto the platform quicker when you've got our Agent Assist running back there in order to guide them through the interaction. So, this is why we're here today, right? I already told you that we're working on a connector for Guidewire for Claim Center. We're working on one for Policy Center as well. We're starting with sitting on top of Producer Engage for Insurance Group 10. That's just kind of the starting point where we're getting our feet wet in here. It's still a work in process. We're going to come up with 4 use cases to start with. 2 of them are around claims. One of them is an F&OL intake. One of them is a claims outbound use case. And then we've got a sales flow and a policy admin flow that we're working on. Now I'm going to show you a live demo, but before we go into it, that widget, that's the Genesys widget. That's Genesys Cloud embedded into Engage. So if you think about it like this, Genesys is the system of engagement or the front door. You think about Guidewire as a system of record and the family, right? But if you've got to toggle back and forth or run back and forth from the front door to the family room on every interaction that you're dealing with your customer, it's very inefficient. So there's immediate benefits by us embedding our widget allowing the agent to run all of their interactions directly on top of Guidewire. Just real quick, we've got a kind of a short, truncated demo. Again, this is the same screenshot I showed you. This is the Genesys phone embedded. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start a chat interaction. This doesn't have to be chat. This could be SMS. It could also be social. There's two concepts here that we're doing. We're doing an FAQ bot and an FNOL bot all in the same thing here. So if I was to type a question in here, I would get some FAQ responses. But I'm going to go ahead and just say I need to file a claim. If I can type this morning. So at this point, we're going to collect some information. And after we collect this email address, we're going to make a call to Guidewire. And we're going to do authentication. So we did a lookup into Guidewire, found out, Mike Sherman is on file, so we're going to collect his social, or last four of his social, to do some authentication. He's got two policies. He's got an auto policy and a home policy. We're going to enter the first notice of loss date. And we're going to ask them the type of damage, right? And again, this is an abbreviated, right? So we're going to say it's a collision with another motor vehicle. No injuries, thank goodness. So at that point, we've got all this information. We can use this information to route that call accordingly, right? If it was more serious or there were injuries, you may want to route it differently based on the input that you gathered. If it was something like glass coverage, right, it would be a good candidate for starting through processing. And you can see my schedule is embedded in here. It says I'm scheduled to be on queue, so I better get on queue so I can get this interaction done. So now I've got the interaction, and you can see I screen popped it, right? That was the same information that I just entered from the bot, and now I'm sitting on the claim, and I've got a claim that's in draft mode right now, where I've taken the information collected from the bot, passed it to the agent, interacted with Claim Center, so I can actually do the screenshot or the screen pop, and your agent's ready to roll. Now the other thing is, if I zoom into this chat a little bit, the agent has the entire context of the situation as well. Here, again, that's all the information that we collected, from our bot. The other thing you can do with this widget is, because it's integrated in directly with Genesys, you don't have to create all this information twice, right? You're using the information that's in Genesys as far as what your wrap-up codes are and things like that, and just displaying it within our widget. We also have the ability from a agent scheduling perspective, right? Genesys Cloud is an all-in-one solution. The scheduling engine, however you schedule your agents, is automatically built in. It'll give them warning messages if they're out of adherence and they're supposed to be on queue or be on break. You can also do outbound interactions from this platform here, right? So a queue is kind of like a line or an associated group of agents associated with the line of business, right? You can't just, you can do more than just make an outbound call, right? Right from this platform, you can email that customer or you can SMS that customer as well. So you're getting a lot of the same feature and functionality that's native within Genesys Cloud, all in this little widget, which will obviously make things more efficient for your agents. And let's close this out, right? Personalize and reduce effort, you saw that. I collected that information from the customer. I made the inquiry into Guidewire. I found out what type of policies this customer has. I informed and deflected them. The deflection means self-service, right? It's not like, hey, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to collect some information up front to help speed the process in. So you're going to save cost from a agent handle time. From a training perspective, you're going to save time training your agents because they're all running on a single user interface. It's more efficient for your customers because when you're using a bot, you're using the Genesys advanced routing. They get routed to the best agent that's available to handle that interaction. It reduces transfers. And then we're building what are called data actions in the background. And those data actions are going to let you tailor your interaction flows where you can continue to provide more and more self-service. So thank you for your time today. It's a pleasure talking to you. I want to thank Guidewire for having us here.